Prayer with pain. Geronda. How do you pray about a certain matter? The main thing is to feel compassion. If one is not compassionate, he may sit for hours with the komboskoini, and his prayer will have no result whatsoever. If there is pain in his heart about what he is praying for, even with a single scythe, he will have prayed from the heart. Many who, when asked to pray, have no time, will scythe for the other's problem, and that in itself is a prayer. I am not saying prayer needn't be done, but if there is no time, a scythe for the pain of another is a prayer from the heart. It equals hours of prayer. You read, for example, a letter, you realize there is a problem. You scythe over it and then you pray. This is very important. Before you even pick up the telephone receiver, even before you call, God hears you. And how the other person learns of this. You should see how those possessed by demons realize when I am praying for them, and cry out wherever they may be. Real prayer begins from pain. It is not a pleasant experience in nirvana. What kind of pain is it? One is troubled in the good sense of the term. He feels pain, he groans, he suffers when praying for anything whatsoever. Do you know what it means to suffer? Yes, he suffers because he is participating in everyone's pain or in the pain of one particular person. This participation, this pain, is rewarded by God with the divine exaltation. Of course, he doesn't ask for this exaltation, but it comes as a consequence, because he participates in the pain of others. How will he begin? Let's say he learns of an accident and scythes, and at that moment God gives him divine consolation for his compassionate scythe. He sees someone who is hurting, and immediately feels compassion, and is thus consoled by God with divine consolation. He doesn't remain with that initial bitterness over the accident. The other person is helped through his prayer, or he may think to himself, God has given us so many blessings, what have I done for God? I was impressed by what one soul said to me. The angels cover their faces when the mystery of the Holy Eucharist is being celebrated, while we commune with the body and blood of Christ. What have I done for Christ? He suffers in a good sense. Geronda. How does one understand that someone has been helped by his prayer? He realizes it from the divine consolation which he feels inside after praying from the heart in pain. But first you must make the other person's pain your own, and then pray from the heart. Love is a divine attribute and informs the other person. Even in hospitals, when the doctors and the nurses feel genuine compassion for their patients, this is the most effective medicine of all the medications given to them. The patients feel they are being cared for with love and have a sense of certainty, security, and consolation. You don't need to say much to someone who is suffering or try to instruct him. He understands that you feel his pain and care about him, and he is held by this. Feeling his pain is everything. If we feel compassion for others, we forget ourselves and our problems.